Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
All right, buddy.
And joined today, special guest from Netflix's newest hit reality TV show, Million Dollar Secret. We have cast member Jaimi Alexander. Jaimi, thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for having me to be
Definitely.
here.
Make sure you guys are subscribed here on the playlist. Jaimi is part of a list of a bunch of the cast members we've already talked to, hoping to continue to talk to, and then ultimately try to get everybody in one room so everyone can maybe hash some things out. But Jaimi, I start these conversations the same way every time. Were you a fan of reality TV before going on the show? And if so, what type of reality TV?
So I am a fan of reality TV, and don't judge me, but I love Real Housewives of Potomac, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I even of Atlanta,
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Miami. Yes, I like it a little ratchet sometimes.
You just got me there. That's probably one of my secret favorite shows.
It's so good. I mean, I enjoy it from the outfits to the mess to the. It's just entertaining.
It's not like the old days, but it still scratches that itch.
Yes, it definitely does.
Mhm.
They could not get away with the old days on
No,
that show.
bring back reunions. That's the theme of this podcast. Bring back reunions.
Please.
So Jaimi, how did you find out about the show? What made you interested outside of $1 million of being on reality television? Because as you've been able to see now in your little short time since, it's not all sunshines and rainbows.
Yeah, it's not. And so, wait, did you ask me how I enjoyed my time? It cut out for a second. I want to make sure I got you.
If you enjoyed your time, but how did you find out about the show? What were your motivations for being on a reality TV show?
Okay, so my motivations for being on a reality TV show is like, why not? I've lived in Hollywood for quite some times. I've dibbled and dabbled. I've done a few music videos way back in the day. I've just kind of open for the ride. The director that called me for Million Dollar Secret actually had my number because I had auditioned for a dating show. And the dating show never happened, which is fine, but she had me in the archives, hit me up, and then I appeared in the Stag.
Can you share what dating show that was?
It never came about, so it didn't have a title.
Oh,
It never was produced, so it's nothing that you guys would know. I don't even know what it is.
but you didn't do the show. You just were told about the show. Okay.
Yeah, I auditioned for it.
What music videos also, by the way? Did you?
So I was in Nelly's Hot in Her.
Really?
It's getting hot in
Yeah.
here.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you're not going to be able to see me, but I'm in there. I did pass the Cavassier. I'm like aging myself, but Netflix already put my
No,
age
I love
online.
these are awesome deep cuts.
I
Those are
was in
great deep cuts for us.
I was in Heather Headley. He is. I don't know if you guys know that song, but you can
Mm.
actually see me there. And
Okay.
a handful of others. I did Avant. Like it was just such a fun
Which Avant song?
back then.
Which song for Avant?
Um, the one I got your legs spread all over the bed, hands great. What was it? Making love, something,
Yeah, no, I like
R&B.
Avant. So I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, Benny Boom directed that, so I got to meet and work with Benny Boom, and it was cool.
I'm gonna watch all these tomorrow. Try to find.
Yeah.
So we want to get into the gameplay stuff, right? And we'll kind of
Mhm.
transition into the talk about the game. And if you've watched our conversations, I think you know where this is going. I like to ask everybody who comes on our show when they unfortunately do not win the reality TV show that we are talking about. Jaimi Alexander, what went wrong for you?
Where do I begin? Okay, and what went wrong? I think that so first of all, my strategy um was to be myself. I think that when you are putting on too much, that people think that they're that good and that they can hide and that you can't see their tails and all this, but people can. You the energy, the hair. Like not everyone can hide all the time. Eventually something comes out. So I was like, let me just be 100% myself. So nothing feels too itchy scratchy to anyone else. And then I'll only put on my actor's hat when I get the money so I can keep it. And I think that, let's see, what went wrong? You know what? I almost don't regret anything, but I think that I could have been better, honestly, at placing blame on others. You know, for example, I don't know. Should I give an example?
No,
If
go
you want
for
to,
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
but we've
Yeah.
said that before. I think people you guys were too nice all the time. But yeah, definitely give an example.
Yeah, so the dinner, even though I'm fast forwarding a little bit, in which I was eliminated, I did speak up for myself and I did go on Corey, but I should have went a little harder on Corey. And now that I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, I should have really did the work to either get Sydney and see, I didn't know Kyle for Kara. Anyway, I should have went harder on Corey because he had two sisters. So I think if I'm a little bit more relentless on that, I possibly could have turned Sam. I know Sydney and I were in sync, and then it would have been me, which would have been, so that would have been enough votes to vote Corey out, and Kyle perhaps still would have gotten the kill shot. So it's little stuff like that where I wasn't really good at like placing blame on others too hard and really diverting attention. I'm very defensive. It's almost like my back was against the wall, and I hate being misunderstood and not heard. It drives me up the wall. So yeah, I could have been this.
I gotta ask, and I'm not saying that this is completely what did you wrong, because I think the damage was done per se, or the die was cast. But why did you feel like it was worth admitting that you had two sisters?
Well, we were just in casual conversation.
Mhm.
I had already said it, right? And then, so you got to when you're playing this game, another reason why I didn't lie too much is what if I said I had one sister and one brother? And then that was the clue. And then the millionaire really had one sister and one brother. Then I'm going to have to backtrack and be like, no, I lied. I really have two sisters. So it kind of, it had already come out, and I didn't know that Sam was fishing for a clue. And just like when I outed and exposed myself that I had voted for Lydia, I didn't expect we were going to have a repeat performance of like, y'all really, so you don't think anyone is lying. You're not looking outside of, you think you're that good and you just caught me and it was that easy. I just don't think that way. And of course, that just didn't help my gameplay.
Get that.
Jaimi, do you think that you are shallow and or pretentious?
No. Like,
just check it. I want to check. I mean, I want to see. I mean, we had Lydia on actually the interview before yours. Seemed like a nice enough lady, and like we've a great conversation. But she had a sharp one-liner for you. I mean, everyone else's was a little tongue in cheek, but yours seemed a little, like I said, a little pointed. So did you guys was there more off camera we didn't see there? How do you feel about how that whole Lydia elimination and kind of your interaction went down?
I didn't really appreciate it, as you could tell, and was a little blindsided because Lydia was the person she was next door. Our rooms were next door to each other. So, you want to borrow my shoes, my hat? Oh, this scarf would look good on you. Totally nicey. We have no beef. I'm not somebody, believe it or not, who just goes around like beefing with people. So, I'm seeing the world decent. Now, I will say, when I outed you that the millionaire was lying about their profession, I definitely got a change from her. I got a change from her that whole day once the money switched. And she was just kind of like, well, what's the clue? Like, just give me it. And it's like, let me do my thing. And kind of that whole day, she was kind of just like, oh, so you're really a life coach? And what is your life coaching about? And what you did? And I was just like, oh my God, this is a different Lydia. But I still answered her questions with a smile because I love talking about my business. But I definitely wasn't expecting her to call me way out. I definitely didn't think warranted what trolls and things think, like, oh my God, she's such a G. She told her. Da-da-da. And I just feel like, well, where does the morality lie, right? If you guys think I'm such a terrible person and I was just so cruel and harmful to other people in the cast, why would you champion someone of the same behavior? It just doesn't make sense. So I didn't think it was that gangsta of her. I get it. Like, she's entitled to how she feels. It played out the way it did. But when you know who you are, that type of stuff doesn't get under your skin. Girl, you can think whatever you want of me. It's really not going to change anything here.
I think it's pretty fair perspective. I think it's pretty fair, Brian. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just gonna say, like, when we talked to Lydia, she said that you guys are cool now, and I just want to see if that's actually true.
So when the show ended, we can be mature. We're adults. Lydia is like literally my elder. I think my mom and her are the same age. Like, if she felt again like that was good gameplay and that's something that she needed to do, girl, go right on ahead. She did a really cute like little questionnaire for all of us in the cast, and I did it too. Like, yes, join, I'll do your Zoom. I'll answer the questions. We chat for an hour. You know? Like, fine.
You've touched on it a little bit, and you're actually, I think, the first cast member to touch on it without us prompting it. So I do want to pull on that string a little bit. Do you feel that you guys as a cast shared way too much with one another and that there wasn't enough deception in the game of deception?
Yeah, I do think it's fair to say there wasn't enough deception. I can speak for myself. It's really hard. I'm a very social person. I'm a girl who's to parties. I lived in LA, and I'm like, Jaimi, do you know somebody who? Or I did a brunch party called Chop It Up Sundays every third Sunday in LA for 5 years. Like, I like people. I like to hang out. I like to talk. I like to have fun. And I know this is a show, but you kind of, a lot of us, as you can see with our emotions and crushes or, sharing information, you do kind of get reality mixed up in the mission because we're there. Like, you guys are 5 minute episodes, we're having 10, 12-hour days where we're just hanging naturally. It's like, oh, what do you do? Or and not only that, but I want people to realize and recognize we are the first cast of $1 Million Secret. We haven't seen 8 seasons where we just know what we're getting into. We didn't know anything about the show until Peter told us all on those stairs while we were getting settled in what the game was going to be about. We knew lies and deception, but we didn't really know exactly what we were going to be doing. So give us a little grace. We're a little test run.
Yeah.
Tons of grace here. Tons of grace here. So, yeah.
What did you mentioned Peter. What did you think of Peter?
Oh my God, I love Peter. He is so silly and fun and like stoic and strong. Like, Peter is amazing. Like, I could tell he loved us. I just feel like he loved us. He loved the cast. He loved being in the house. And he has this very stern, and he's tall and everything. But boy, oh boy, can we goof off and chuckle. And he's really cool. And I really hope I get to see him again.
So, JB, I've did a little bit. Obviously, we don't try to over research and stuff, but one of my things I like to do, and it's, you've probably seen it's not always the best result, but you like to type the person's name in on Twitter and just like to see kind of what the general discord is. And a lot of people, one of the things I found interesting, and I wanted your opinion on this. A lot of people just seem to like hate the fact that you're a life coach and kind of really hung on to that and made a lot of jokes pertaining to that. Why do you think people, what do you think people have against life coaches? Like, what is the deal? I'm sure it's probably isn't the first time you've heard this.
No, it's not. In this, I don't think people have enough discernment. I never blame the coach. If you allowed somebody to sell you on a product and you bought in and it was a dud, I'm sorry, but that's on you, right? Like, we have to do the inner work required to make discerning decisions for ourselves. And sometimes we get that wrong. So I think in that, because there are people online who are great at marketing and their funnels and this and that, there's all kinds of stuff out there. Like, we don't know what you're getting if you can't discern what it is you're. People are deceived by life coaches or just not gotten what it is they think they should get. And I try not to worry too much about that because I actually am phenomenal at my job. I see things differently than people see things. I look at the totality of situations. I've actually pulled my own self out of the mud, changed my own life created my own method, and it's helping people. Usually my clients after 2 sessions end up quitting their therapist because they've got more value out of the Sassy method. So whoever I'm supposed to serve, that's who I'm called to. But I also want people to be careful, right? Like, trust me, I know I look like a crash out on Netflix. That's fine. But you want someone who can unapologetically express their emotions. I don't back down. I don't hide. I say what I need to say. And in my opinion, I say it with love. I'm not a malicious person, but I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to express my feelings. Like, if I were just to sit here all polished and perfect and that ain't what I'm gonna do. Life is not buttoned up, baby. Like, get over it.
Yeah, I think that's where the disconnect comes. People see on your job description life coach, and then they see you playing a game and they go, oh, supposed to be Miss Life Coach, right? Like Miss Perfect. And it's like, that's literally not what the job description says at all, right? It's like saying you mentioned going to a therapist and expecting them to be happy-go-lucky with you and just like pat you on the back and it's all good, right? It's like, no, you're there for some reason, right? There's probably a problem. So like, you're going to have to actually deal with this in the shape that your problem exists. So I get that. I respect it. I think it's a good answer. That was a good answer. The result of the game, Jaimi, I'm curious. I want to get your opinion on how you thought the finale worked out as far as structure. Did you like it? And how do you feel about Cara as a winner from In and Out to Millionaire?
So I mean, oh God, Netflix, don't get mad. It's just a total joke. But I kind of felt like at the end, they were like, all right, y'all, we got one more day to get this done. Like, we're going to thread some needles and y'all going because we got to go. That's just
no fireworks in the finale.
I thought it was great. I thought it was interesting. No, it was a little, I do like the spin at the end, how they threw in the 3 boxes and asked them to switch and all that, because it's like with this game, just when you think you're comfortable and might be able to breathe, no, absolutely not. No, you are going to get shaken up and find another reason to feel like you're about to throw up just to make it through the day. So I'm really happy for Cara. I'm glad she got it. I think I don't know if I would have loved it as much if Corey got it. Not for any other reason. I'm glad it was Cara. Cara and we bonded in the beginning because we're both In and Out girls. Like, I felt like I had her back in some instances where people weren't believing the burger flipper thing, but I did because, so first of all, In and Out Burger is the longest job I ever had. I'm not a job girl, but I had that job for two years in high school. And it's the kind of company that's very like your In and Out family. They do the family thing real good. So if you're In and Out, you're kind of In and Out for life. So we bonded on that. She flipped burger, and it is actually not a bad.
I love In and Out. I am a huge In and Out guy. So whenever I get West Coast trips in, I have way too much of it, honestly, and burn myself out on it. So I feel you on that. There's gonna be no In and Out hate on this podcast.
Yeah, it's fresh. Like, the meat's not frozen. The French fries are fresh, and I mean, honestly, they treat their employees well. I was making great money in high school. I like bought a car. Like, it was kind of unheard of. So we're team In and Out over here. It is what it is.
Only had it once, so I can't really remember. I was drunk.
Oh no, it's great. Oh, it's great.
Else.
It's in Vegas, so
Get a little animal style.
yeah, right.
Yeah, good drunk food.
I need to try it sober.
I've had it up and down. I've had it up and down Southern California, so I've had so many different locations. Like, a shame to admit how many different In and Outs when I was working those Tri-County Southern California jobs I had. That and the amount of receipts I send in for In and Out.
Exactly.
Jaimi, would you do reality TV again? And if you had your choice, what show or what type of show would you want to do?
So I would absolutely do reality TV again. And I'm hoping, because I'm vetted Netflix family, that they keep an eye out for me. Honestly, what I would love is, as the show picks up, because you guys love it so much, when they decide to do a reunion, perhaps for future seasons, Netflix, let me host. Let me host the reunion. I don't care if I don't have a big name, make it big. I want to host the reunion. And if not that, I want to host a challenge, like a surprise come.
I get what you're saying. So they've done in the
For
past.
the next challenge, something. So I'm a host. I want to do the hosting, but I'd absolutely do reality TV again. I'm open to the challenge stuff because I really like to compete, no matter if I'm good or bad. And I'm low key open to a little dating situation. I am single. If we could keep it cute, there's a small chance I would do some type of a dating show if it makes sense.
Ooh,
so yeah, I'm open.
Perfect match.
Sure.
perfect match.
Like,
Oh.
no.
So you said the thing about the host. They actually had a show on I don't know if you watched Too Hot to Handle. One of the girls on there actually hosted another really weird show called Dated and Related, and then she ended up being on Perfect Match. So it's very possible.
It's possible. I'm putting
Very
it out
possible.
there. That is what
All
I
Netflix
want.
shows.
Yes, I want that.
Listen,
Your name
Jamie,
is
we're,
there.
we are on the same wavelength, right? I've been always putting it out there that I want to host a reality TV season reunion. And that's like we're saying with your group, we definitely want to get open invite, but we've gotten everybody so far says they're down. We're going to try to get our own reunion together with you guys. Even if Netflix won't do it, Brian and I will host it. We'll find a time. We'll get everybody together. Everyone could dress up if they want. Everyone could dress silly if they want. And we'll at least just give everyone a chance to air some stuff out, or at least just do a little reunion. I think the fans would like it. You guys put a lot of work in, and I think you guys definitely deserve the Netflix one. But if you're not doing that, then at least you get us, and then you can see what I do, and then you could go to Netflix and do it a little better, right? And
Yeah.
it'll help set you up.
I love it. I'm in. It sounds like a plan.
There we go. I always like closing out. We really appreciate your time, but you think back on your experience with the show and just the whole of it now, before what you thought it was, the actual experience, now the reaction afterwards, positive and negatively. But if someone were to just ask you to kind of sum up your experience and a feeling, or when someone asked you, what do you think about it? What would you tell someone?
It was exhilarating. Like even you asking me that, I already feel my entire body like all my cells are like, oh, like it was so life-changing and no expense. It was a very blessed project, like from the way that I got the call to the way that I got on to the people I met and hearing their stories, getting there. I mean, I just have so many wild things. And Cast Care was amazing, just being on set, because I've been on several sets before, but this one was special. It just was. Everybody was amazing. We were treated like royalty. Again, shout out to Cast Care. We had everything we needed, and it was very, very tough and extremely stressful. I do again. It was best experiences of my life. I will never forget it. I'm still flabbergasted by the whole thing, and it was so nice to like watch it after being out of the house for so long, to just kind of like relive those moments. It's phenomenal. So exhilarating is what I would say.
Cool.
I'll say this one thing, Jamie, great conversation. And one thing I will say, this cast has had some of the coolest, most random stories, jobs, past lives. And that, frankly, like when we get to doing a reunion, I think it's gonna be like my favorite segment is I'm gonna like be like, what's truth and two truths and a lie with you guys. And frankly, I think people would have a lot of fun with these. You guys have a lot of cool stuff, and your story is awesome. Jamie, where can people find you if they want to find you?
Yes, thank you so much. So as you can see, Jaimi Alexander on Instagram and YouTube. On TikTok, I'm at it's me _Jaimi. And of course, you can find me at sassymethod.com. Sassy Method is my life coaching business. Sassy is an acronym: self-love and mastery, accountability and alignment. And get realigned. So
I like that. I like that a lot. We'll make sure that we link all of your socials and the website down below, so everyone go check it out. Go check out the other cast interviews. And hey, if you're just someone who watches our interviews, we know there's some of you guys that just do that. Go check out our reviews of the show. We covered one per week as far as reviews, so not too much for you to digest. And honestly, better yet, Go check out the show, everybody. $1 Million Secret. It's on Netflix now, the whole first season. Make sure you go there, give it a double thumbs up for them to make sure we get a $1 Million Secret season 2. Jaimi, thank you so much for your time today, and we're 100% looking forward to talking to you again in the future when we get everyone back together.
Yes, sounds good. Thank you guys so much for having me. This was great.
Everybody, thank you so much as always for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check us out on TikTok at The Reality Guys. But until next time, for myself and Brian, thank you so much. Peace.